Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generation Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime. This is a Deluxe Class Optimus Prime figure that is modeled off of the Optimus Prime design from Transformers Devastation, which, if I'm being totally honest, I thought was just G1 Optimus Prime. It's a little interesting that we've gotten some additional stylized things. It's some things that I didn't notice in the design before, but kind of makes sense for me now. We do have a little accessory. It can go into a tab right here. It is his fire axe with like a flame effect. I kind of wish this curved. It just looks a little odd with this straight edge instead of an edge that shows like an arc of motion, if that makes sense. It does have a 5mm peg, and it is painted, and it's painted all right. It feels like for Studio Series, it could be painted with maybe a bit more of a gradient. Those are two minor things on the axe, but they are things that I think about. Here we do have Optimus Prime in alt mode. The one thing I want to say stands out that I appreciate, the thing that makes me think Devastation, is this cell shading on the windows here. I think that looks really, really good. The problem for me is just it's not everywhere else. I feel like truly for Devastation, I want cell shading here, cell shading across the grill, maybe some cell shading on the blue parts of the trailer. Those pieces I think would really help sell this as a Devastation figure rather than just kind of a G1 Deluxe figure. It rolls pretty nicely. We've got good lift. I do want to compare him, and I'm going to compare him to our other recent Deluxe Optimus Prime. Here is Transformers Generations Legacy United G1 Toy Optimus Prime. And I want to point out something that I thought was interesting. Our alt mode here is a little smaller. We're a little thinner. We're a little longer. And I think that does help his proportions in alt mode because Devastation doesn't get the benefit of looking like a G1 toy. It needs to look like the animated model. So those things make sense to me. But holding them in hand, it does feel, I don't know, like this is maybe a little heavier, but I feel like Studio Series struggles with the Deluxe class, so I was already a little hesitant when they made this a Deluxe instead of a Voyager, which is a size class that exists in Studio Series. We are going to go into the transformation here. It's pretty simple. Again, this is just a Deluxe Optimus Prime. We're going to take these tabs that I guess form like fake versions of his fuel pods. Pull those down. Fuel pod, those are not fuel pods on a truck. I don't even know what those are on a truck, if I'm being honest. They don't need to engage yet. They're just going to come down and out of the way. There are the thighs back here that are tabbed into the top or bottom of his cab, which are just going to come out like so, those little tabs. And if we do see, there is on this thigh piece, if we can get it in camera, there's a bit of mashery going on. The connection is not 100% great. The contrast might be better on the red part. Not really. It just looks like there is a little wear and tear as those pieces engage, which is unfortunate. The legs kind of want to split themselves. We're going to come in and we are going to flip around this piece. I do like this part of the transformation, kind of folding up and hiding the wheels and the legs. Then we can fold it down all the way. The sides of the legs, which do engage and go around the curvature of the wheel nicely. We can take his hitch section, which is a functional hitch, and fold it in, fold out his toesies and heel on both sides. And here we've got him half transformed. We can come in, we want to separate out, and this is the part I don't like, by the way, is the gappiness in this alt mode, but we're going to come in and we're going to separate out the fender from the truck cab, folding out the arms on either side. They are tabbed on the back here. We're going to fold those out as well. And then we can take this section, rotate it around, and collapse that grill in to give him his abs. On the back end, we can take these back pieces and fold them all the way around to form the sides of his torso, bringing the arms down, bringing the hands out on both sides, and then flipping out his head, flipping it around. And last thing is just to fold up these wheels on the back end. And here, and he's just tall enough that he's out of frame, here is Optimus Prime in his little deluxe robot mode. We've got a fine enough head sculpt, although it does feel, even in the Devastation style, it feels a little like squat and young than what I remember on the video game, but it does move. It doesn't really tilt a whole lot, which is unfortunate. We got 360 on the shoulders. They do have a butterfly joint. They can go up that high. Things don't clash up here. They do have bicep swivel. They've got a 90-degree bend at the elbow. We do have some wrist articulation, but no wrist swivel. We do have some waist articulation, but it's limited by these tires. He can do the full Van Dams, which I appreciate. He can kick up that far, kind of the getting in the way of his own chest. He can kick back not so high because of his wheels. He does have a boot cut, not really a thigh swivel, but a boot cut. And he's got a 90-degree bend at the knee, and then he does have ankle tilt. He also does have, in play pattern, a matrix, which is unpainted, but you can open things up to reveal his matrix, which can, if I can get a finger in there. There we go. It's plugged in there on a 5mm port. It unfortunately doesn't have a spot. I was surprised because it's got these tabs here. I was really expecting there was a spot like on his arms to hold it. There is in between his fingers, so he can hold it kind of like this. But the other time this trick was used, I believe they did it like in the fist so that he could, there you go. He can kind of hold it like this, which is fine. But I like it when it's in his knuckles so that he can like hold it, you know, with his fists pointing towards each other. Just give him a little bit more dynamic of a pose when he's holding the matrix. But yeah, again, we don't see like anything, to me, we don't see anything new here. This is a polished deluxe Optimus Prime, but to me, it's lacking in a couple things. The colors are fine. I do think Studio Series Devastation should be more colorful. I want, again, more cell shading, not just the windshield. I kind of like the colors on the boots, but I wish the red maybe was a little brighter. I think this should have definitely been a bright white instead of the white plastic color, which is unfortunate. Just like in his truck mode, his chest is a little gappy because of the way he's transforming. He's not using fake abs, which is neat, but it does leave some gappage. His articulation is limited because of his transformation, which is unfortunate, but also for other reasons, like the way the wrists transform. I think there'd still be room for a swivel there. It's unfortunate there isn't. He doesn't come with a gun, which is a little disappointing. He's decently posable, but when I think of Devastation, it's like those cool. It's a spectacle fighter. He needs dynamic. He needs double jointed knees so he can knee people in the face. He needs double jointed elbows so he can swing his axe across things. He needs a gun so he can shoot people. Like, Studio Series is, to me, supposed to be the screen accurate representation of a toy. This doesn't feel that way. It feels fine. It feels like a fine deluxe, but it's nothing special to me. And Studio Series fails to live up to the promise of being the Studio Series once again, especially considering that we are getting the Decepticon Goon 2-pack. I don't know how this is going to scale with, the runabout mold. As is, I mean, he's a little taller than the G1 Prime, but if you've got $25, I think this is the better Deluxe Optimus Prime. He's got a couple more accessories. I think the transformation is pretty similar in both of them. They both have some neat tricks they do here and there. I like the way his arms work. I like the way his legs work. But this guy has basically the same articulation, a little more articulation in some ways because of his waist. And he also has a better looking alt mode, I think. So yeah, I don't really recommend Studio Series Optimus Prime here, the Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime. I don't think he is the best Optimus Prime. If you want a Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime, I would recommend to go buy Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. That is, to me, that's Devastation Optimus Prime. I don't know. I guess some things like maybe the curvature of his legs is a little more Studio Series, but other than that, it just feels like the G1 design, and it's not glammed up enough with that Devastation art style to really feel like a strong representation of the character. And the transformation's not interesting enough for me to recommend it. So at the $25 price point, I really don't have a reason to get this figure. That being said, this is going to be a giveaway because I don't have a reason to keep this figure. So if you would like to win Transformers Generations Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime, go down in the comments below. And I'm just curious, the question of the day for this week will be pretty simple. Just what do you think I'm being fair? Do you think I'm being unfair to the figure? What are your thoughts on the Studio Series Optimus Prime? What do you want to see from Devastation toys? What would make a toy a Devastation video game character to you? Go down in the comments. Answer that question of the day, say you want to enter the giveaway, and then 1 week from today, I will draw randomly and announce the winner. That's it for today's video. Thanks everybody for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye!